It's really the underlying issues, the things behind those panels that may not have been repaired properly.
Our News 13 investigation takes you under the hood, exposing cost-cutting strategies that pose a direct threat to every driver.
In the first of a two-part series, investigative reporter Jennifer Emmert uncovers what some auto body shops and insurance companies may not want you to know.
Jennifer, shops in North Carolina are using untested parts to fix your vehicle.
Industry insiders we spoke with say unregulated repair shops are cutting corners, using parts not held to the same standard as the ones on your car when you drove it off the lot. And you may be shocked who's recommending these repairs.
I think a lot of people have said enough's enough, and they're not going to compromise people's safety any longer.
News 13 is exposing a dirty repair shop secret. When you're most vulnerable and need repairs, your insurer may be paying closer attention to the bottom line than your safety.
If your insurance company says we recommend this shop, you can pretty much guarantee it's a DRP shop.
A DRP is a direct repair program.
I'll send you work, you do this for me. So it's kind of a, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You give me a lower repair rate.
It wasn't certified by Volkswagen.
To keep costs down, Michael Bradshaw says repairs are made using less expensive copies or aftermarket parts.
Are they as safe?
In my opinion, I don't believe they are.
Insurers see it differently.
Those cosmetic repair parts have been proven and certified to be safe.
Russ Dubitsky says there are instances where the parts can be used and could save drivers costly repairs.
We're putting our insured back in that vehicle. Our number one priority is to make sure that it's safe to drive.
The door actually rubs the fender.
That said, when the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety investigated the collision market, they found a hodgepodge of suppliers building structural parts to their own internal guidelines.
And you can actually hear it.
With no guarantee of quality or safety, and their tests had mixed results.
Well, as soon as I got the aftermarket piece in, I said, this isn't going to work.
Bill Walkowiak of Collision Safety Consultants inspects work done by mechanics. He helped News 13 test the difference between an aftermarket rear bumper for a Ford Mustang and the original equipment manufacturer or OEM part. First, a drill test on the aftermarket part.
And you see, they'll go right through it.
Then the OEM.
And my bit's ruined. Brand new blade on it.
Slicing through the part. The spot-welded aftermarket part gives way in a minute. Several minutes of cutting into the solid molded OEM support doesn't get us far.
And I'm wore out. But you see how it's not cutting through it.
We took the issue straight to Raleigh, to the state's insurance commissioner.
And when you're talking about, 2,000 to 10,000 pound bullets traveling across our highways, you want to make sure our vehicles are safe and proper and repaired appropriately.
But can you demand OEM parts be used to fix your vehicle?
If the damages are estimated to be a certain amount and a collision repair shop is outside of that range, then a person's policy may dictate that they can't go outside that range.
Meaning you may have to pay the difference. It comes down to being your own advocate. Ask questions.
What parts are being used on my car? Are these original equipment manufacturer parts, or are they made by an aftermarket company?
Get an estimate and look it over. Here's what you're looking for.
And on your estimate, you'll see AM for aftermarket. Well, then you've got what we talked about, LKQ. LKQ is like, kind, and quality. Well, that's a nomenclature for junkyard. Same thing as recycled or refurbished. If you see that on your estimate, that's generally something that's come out of a junkyard and they've sent it in and they're going to put that on your car. You don't know what kind of accident that car's been in. Another buzzword that they like to use is industry standard. What is the industry standard? And they use that to the consumer to confuse them. There is no such thing as an industry standard because there are no regulations and there are no standards.
Mechanics say ultimately it's your safety on the line.
The parts on these vehicles are made to destruct in a certain manner when you have an impact.
And parts that aren't OEM may respond differently.
The car then deconstructs differently when there's an impact.
You also can decide where you want to take your car to get it fixed. Mechanics tell us when structural aftermarket parts don't fit correctly, in some instances they've caused the airbags not to deploy in a crash. They've taken the issue to manufacturers to force insurers to make repairs with OEM parts. And K&M is currently in a class action lawsuit against several insurers over the issue right now.
Well, Jennifer, are some of these regulation repair shops, are they must follow-ups?
Well, in North Carolina, you have to be licensed to cut hair, but there's no regulation over auto repair shops. Tonight at 11, we'll dig into how that can lead to unsafe fixes and how you can spot dangerous and even deadly repairs.